Here's everything that happens in the video game Summoner's War. Summoner's War is a mobile RPG that incorporates leveling, turn-based combat, and inventory management into a fantastical world where powerful wizard/Jedi people called summoners pull monsters from parallel worlds to fight on their behalf. Your story starts after the end of a conflict called the 100 Years' War, where magical summoners fought each other with the help of monsters summoned through scrolls and other artifacts. The 100 Years' War ended with a promise to settle all disputes in a place called the Sky Arena. So, if you accuse your friend of stealing your lunch, you'd settle it in the arena. All the summoning and fighting revolves around an energy source called mana crystals. These come in two colors, blue and red. Blue mana stones let you buy things and summon monsters. Red mana stones let you buy better things and summon better monsters. Get it? You get your own private floating island and a guide named Elia. She runs your island. She's great. Elia welcomes you and tells you that you're highly recommended by this guy named Durand, who claims that he's your friend. Elia asks how you know Durand. You don't know, and it's never explained. Maybe you saved his life. Maybe you went to magic school together. Maybe you were prison buddies. We don't know. We just got here, Elia. God! Elia takes you on a tour of the island, but before you can cover all of it, your buddy Durand needs your attention, like right now. Durand interrupts your walkthrough to tell you that he's already signed you up to fight people in the Sky Arena. He says you were going to do it eventually, and before you can protest too much, you're sent down to the Garen Forest, a tranquil, very pretty woodland area with plenty of monsters like angry trees, aggro mushrooms, and super nasty boars. The monsters get stronger the deeper you go into the forest until a giant wolf jumps down from the mountains and tries to eat you. After the boss fight, you meet a lady named Lykana. She's in charge of ancient ruins and relics for the Magic Society of the Council. She's the one who asked Durand for help in fighting the giant wolf because someone destroyed a hidden sanctuary in the forest that triggered the wolf. But who did that? And why? Lykana thinks there may be evidence in Mount Sis that will reveal who destroyed the sanctuary at Garen Forest. You don't have a say in the matter. Durand already said you do it, so you're off to fight some giants. Elia is very on board. Giants are very rare in the world, so this is a great chance to see some in real life. You fight through a bunch of rooms of golems and then finally get to the bottom chamber, which has recently been broken into and pillaged, awakening a giant golem in the process. You defeat it, but don't find any new leads. The Magic Council believes that the people who broke into Mount Sis were treasure hunters, but Lykana suspects it's something more. Someone awakened those monsters on purpose. Apparently it's happened before. You go to the Kabir ruins east of Mount Sis to find out whether the trespassers were bumbling treasure hunters or something worse. But once you reach the ruins, it's already in the middle of another monster invasion. According to Lykana, the Kabir ruins are filled with ancient wind spirits, and no one's been there for like 5 years, but someone clearly didn't get that memo and woke up all the angry wind monsters. You fight deeper and deeper underground, and Elia can't understand why it's so windy in a ruin filled with wind spirits. Wind spirits, Elia. That is why it's windy. What are you contributing to this team? Any evidence you came to find is literally blown away in a big fight with the ruins bosses. With no suspects or leads on who keeps awakening monsters in the ruins, you head back to the island. Durand's got a message waiting for you when you get home. He says you've been working too hard. Aw, buddy Durand. And suggests you take a vacation to beautiful Mount Ragan. Apparently, somewhere in your backstory, you and Durand went together to Mount Ragan on some sort of trip. Hiking? Fishing? Romantic getaway? Who knows? Durand sends you on your way with instructions to find his buddy Taihan, the guardian of the White Mountain and king of Ragan. So wear something nice for once. At least wear pants. Of course, the moment you get into the mountains, Taihan's waiting to fight you because Durand basically dared him. Meanwhile, Elia is shivering and complaining about the cold, which makes sense because she's wearing a tunic 30,000 feet above sea level. You beat Taihan and Elia demands an explanation. Taihan surprises you and everyone, saying the council wins, he's handing over the mana crystal mine, and tells you to tell Durand that the treaty is valid. What treaty? What mine? What sort of deal did Durand make? Elia's mad at Durand, who clearly used you as a pawn in a fight with Taihan to get access to the mana crystal mine. Elia swears she's gonna teach Durand a lesson. Spoiler alert, Elia doesn't do that. Durand is waiting for you on your island and confirms that yes, he did use you as a pawn to bend Taihan to the whims of the Magic Council, but the good news is you made some fun memories along the way. Also, he needs you to find this legendary summoner named Sir Kazan. Kazan was last seen in the deep jungles of the Talain Forest, so off you go to see the wizard. You head north through the forest, but you're harassed the whole way by Kazan's granddaughter Shai, who considers all of this to be a very fun game and a test to see if you're any good at monster fighting. After you beat Shai's monsters, Kazan introduces himself but stays in the shadows. Once again, you find that your best frenemy Durand sent you into another fight with zero warning after he talked trash to Kazan and said you were, quote, a genius magician more powerful than the likes of Kazan. Why? Well, he needs Kazan to fight for the council in the arena. Does Kazan do that? No! Kazan sends his tween granddaughter Shai to fight for him in the arena instead, which feels a little Hunger Games, but the real lesson to be learned here is Durand is a horrible friend. Lykana's narrowed the search for the bad guys down to a few places. One of them is the Haideni Ruins, where you have your first fight with the dark summoners responsible for all this madness. Elia tries to talk to them, but they use a relic to summon a monster, and they dip out. Durand's now in the case and sends you off on your next mission to the sweltering heat of the Tamor Desert. It's a wild and very dangerous region ever since the conclusion of the 100 Years' War. What follows is a funny, very meta moment between Durand and Elliot that's clearly just the writers having fun. Durand tells you there's no way you won't go on this mission since, quote, There's no other way to level up, is there? Elia says the level up comment is totally out of line and then looks right at you and actually says, well, I guess by now the players are sick of reading all this dialogue and they never bring it up again. That's it for part 1 of everything that happens in Summoner's War. Stay tuned for part 2 and go ahead and download the mobile RPG Summoner's War today. If you don't, Elia cries.